I can remember the journey. I got back to Griffin Air Force Base. They gave me my airplane ticket to fly to Seattle, Washington, because we went out of McCord Air Force Base. So I got there a week early, and I met another gentleman, Michael Merriweather, and he was stationed in Seattle, Washington. So I stayed with him for a week. And then when it came time, I already had my transfer papers and everything. So when it came time to go down and catch the plane, went down, got on this beautiful 747, and we flew from McCord Air Force Base to Hawaii. And I'd never been to Hawaii. And we're coming in, and the pilot says, "Oh, Hawaii is a little over to the right," and we're all looking, we can't see nothing. And then you just land. It's just like the island comes up out of the middle of the ocean. And so we were in Hawaii for a while, and then we took off, and then the flight from Hawaii to the Philippines. I think we were in flight for 20 hours. It's a 23-hour flight from Hawaii to Vietnam. So we landed in the Philippines. We couldn't get off the plane. We stayed on the plane, and once they refilled the plane, we took off and flew to Vietnam. And we got into Vietnam about 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And I never forget this. It was, you're on a plane, it's air conditioned, my feet were cold, and they opened up the door. And in those days, we didn't have a thing that came out to the plane. You had to walk down. It was a TWA. And we got to the doorway. And before you got to the doorway, the heat and the smell rushed into the plane. And it absorbed you totally. And you stepped out into that heat, that night heat, and it was like 92 degrees. And I remember saying, "Oh, it's hot." And the guy says, "Oh, this is cool." and the smell, and I mean, you could smell war and death. I mean, it was in the air. And they led you into the hangar, and we're in the Air Force, and he says, "Sit down," and everybody walks in, and we sit down, and you wait another 20 minutes, and then somebody comes by, and they give you the necessary paperwork and for you to come into in-country to get onto the base. And then I remember someone says, "Well, you're a medic, so you're assigned to the 12th Hospital Group, and somebody will be here to pick you up shortly." So I waited another 30 minutes, and someone came in a Jeep, put all my bags in there. They drove me to the barracks where we slept. And I remember going down there, and Airman Nastic, I knew him from back in the state. He was the guy there, and we were so glad to see each other. And he said, "Well, you're going to be in this barracks down the way." And I remember going down there, and it was like, it was like walking into prison. It was just a mattress and spider webs, and it was terrible. And that was the beginning of my journey in Vietnam.
Hear more first-hand accounts at Soldiers Memorial Military Museum in the special exhibition, Vietnam at War and at Home, open until Memorial Day, May 27th, 2024. Plan your visit at www.mohistory.org/memorial.